Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here. And when I talk about the fact that child trafficking, human trafficking is a real thing, I really do think that it is important to get the facts correct and the numbers somewhere in the relative area that's being even reported by the mainstream media, so you can point out how crazy these numbers actually are. And I know that there's been these marches, these Save Our Children marches, right? Which, in a lot of ways, obviously, I'm encouraging. This movement to try to end this type of trafficking and child abuse is a good one, right? But at the same time, when it's hijacked with disinformation, when you're calling everybody a pedophile, when you're getting the actual numbers wrong, you know, it can easily be debunked and gone by the wayside, and that's what we've seen. So anytime you see one of these operations that goes in and actually brings abused children out, I like to talk about it. Sometimes the details are hard to go into, and you know, you've seen me actually do the press conference stuff where we go through and the guy down in Florida, Grady, man, Sheriff Grady, you're the dude. This is a different operation. This is out of Georgia. Now, out of these 39 kids, 14, I believe, were reported to have been sexually trafficked, right? So, again, getting these kids out of these situations are huge. But one of the other things that I think is kind of striking about a lot of this is that, you know, 90% of the 400,000 kids that go missing, they're runaways. Now, in some of those cases, they are running away from sexual abuse. But if you think about that, 90% of 40,000, that still leaves what? Or 400,000 leaves 40,000 kids that are just gone. 40,000 kids in this country a year that are just missing. That's, you know, the abduction of that is very scary. That's a huge number to me. And we're going to play that clip. We're going to show you what I'm talking about. And again, I think it's really important that you can point to these operations that go on throughout the country and then say, you know, a lot of these people are not getting the sentences they deserve. Why is that? Well, it's because we've seen pedophilia in the houses of power of religion, politics, entertainment, you name it. And we expose it here at the Bermas Brigade. What you may have heard right there, guys, could be deemed, I don't know, harmful content. So thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Join the Bermas Brigade. We do it live here, folks. That's how we do it. We do it live. We're fully demonetized on this channel, by the way. What can you do? Apparently, we are just super, super harmful. I can't believe there's nobody in the live chat yet. So bizarre. So bizarre, guys. I guess we're just going to keep going, and I'm going to do it without the live chat, but sorry about that. That's how things work here on the YouTubes these days. So let's just get into it, guys. If you want to support me, you can. Like I said, the GoFundMe is down below. Rockfin is here. The documentary films are free, and so is the T-shirt shop. I really want to do it because
access to a rescue mission performed during a missing child operation in Georgia. It's a look behind the scenes like you've never seen before. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. 39 children are now safe tonight after an extensive operation by the U.S. Marshals Service. Authorities identified 15 of the children as victims of sex trafficking.
Operation not...
I'm sorry, see, 15. So again, 39. I mean, this is in one operation in Georgia, in, you know, one city. All right? Think about that. And a lot of these guys are lower tier, but you got to understand, they're procuring them and they're producing a lot of this CP that goes around the dark web.
Forgotten focused on locating and rescuing endangered missing children in Metro Atlanta and Macon earlier this month.
Fox 5 cameras were on the ground with marshals for 2 days as they carried out this critical mission. As Fox 5's Claire Sims reports, it also resulted in the arrests of several adults.
According to the U.S. Marshals Service, right now there are more than 400,000 missing children across the United States. And of those, more than 90% are runaways believed to be in danger.
So again, remember, number one, a lot of those kids are being sexually exploited once they run away with somebody like this. Some of them are running away from sexual exploitation. But again, when they say more than 90%, the 40, the 30, even 20, where are the other kids that are missing? All right?
He does come to this location. His friend and his friend's mother lives here.
Our cameras had unprecedented access this month as U.S. Marshals tracked down dozens of missing and endangered children in North Georgia in Operation Not Forgotten.
Just be very careful.
This is a relatively new mission for the Marshals Service after the Justice for Victims of Trafficking Act in 2015 gave them the authority to help federal, state, and local law enforcement recover missing children.
We're really good at what we do. We're, they've called us manhunters. We're not just manhunters anymore. We also help save and rescue children as well.
So let's stop here. This is what I'm talking about also, that there are so many people within law enforcement that are trying to do the right thing. And in those lower levels of police departments, of the FBI, of the marshals, right? They're there to really help people. And they're disgusted when their investigations are obfuscated or these people somehow get off on a technicality. I just want to point that out.
Over the course of the two-week effort, marshals rescued 26 children and safely located 13 more, ranging from 17 years old to as young as 3.
To as young as 3. You see what I'm saying here? I mean, a lot of these people are, they're 16, 17-year-old runaways. No, some of these kids are infants, man, that are being abused. And again, I don't want to get into the details, because, you can read some of the details. I may do the press conference, but we'll have to see. But I just want to show you, this example, that this is happening, that this does go on, that people are fighting it in law enforcement, by the way.
Director of the U.S. Marshals Service, Donald Washington, says this is a priority for them.
I have children. I'm sure many of you do as well. These are not my kids, right? And these are not your kids, but actually they are our kids when it's all said and done.
Law enforcement arrested 9 adults as part of the operation, including 2 in Newton County. Trevante Sharif, who was charged with interference of child custody, and Kirk Waters, who was arrested while in the company of a missing child. According to the Marshals Service, they identified 15 of those missing children as victims of sex trafficking.
So again, 15 of those kids, victims of sex trafficking. That's where we're at. And when you point to these things that people don't understand are going on, that's when you can bring them in. And you can start saying, well, Anthony Weiner, he was a serial sexter of young girls, teenagers, 15. And I know people want to point to just that 15-year-old. There were several of these girls, and that's just the one that he got caught with because she came forward. Law enforcement already knew, and it wasn't until she took action that something actually happened. And then you can get into Tom Foley and Ed Murray and Dennis Hassert, and that's just in the political realm. And then you can go, hey, you remember when Sinead O'Connor made that big statement against the Catholic Church and people were shocked, right? And then later it came out, wow, there was high-level sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. And there was high-level sexual abuse within the Boy Scouts to the point where now there are how many commercials that you see all the time. And there continues to be high-level sexual abuse of children in Hollywood. All right? And just because we were able to get Harvey Weinstein, right, which, again, shocked me. I still can't believe that he was sentenced to what he was. Pinch me. It also shows that if you push hard enough, some of these guys can go down. But Bryan Singer has been thoroughly exposed. Nothing's been done. The things that have come out about Dan Schneider, nothing has been done, right? The things that Bella Thorne said about being raped from the time I believe she was 6 to 14, all right? And everyone around her knew, and like Disney's little princess, so far I haven't seen the arrests. You want to talk about a real pandemic? That is the real pandemic. That these people in power in the upper echelons are protected from any type of justice. And hopefully one day we will get the real deal. But remember, it never helps to share memes that are incorrect, etc. That's just how I feel. Guys, if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Join the Burmist Brigade. Remember, $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. The link is down below. Underneath, remember, we couldn't do it without you. We'd be fully demonetized because we are fully demonetized here. Rockfin, another way to support me. Also, if I get kicked off of this platform, which I guess may happen, you never know, right? We'll go over to Rockfin. That's how we'll do it. But you can also get the exclusive every Tuesday at noon as long as I'm not on the road or something like that. Can't wait to have Ryan from the last American Vagabond on, by the way. Pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be a great discussion. All the documentary films are free. Please go check them out right now in the documentary playlist section. Remember, your life matters. Your skin color shouldn't have to. Go get the shirt. I love you. I'll see you on the flip side.